Trump is in a hurry to release money, but the market is not following suit. The dollar is weakening and the kimchi premium is sluggish. Can Bitcoin really soar? Ripple CEO bringing 3 bills to Capitol Hill. XRP a regulatory breakthrough under the shadow of litigation? The golden dogs are leaving the stage, the wolves are coming, and Wcoin is taking over the BSC stage. Using Bitcoin as collateral, is Metaplanet going to ignite a digital banking revolution? Is the Robinhood token scandal a test or a new trap in the financial circle?
On Wednesday, July 9th, BitcoinTV English channel, Where is the Coin Chain? I am Michael. Let's start with the 24-hour data headlines of the coin circle. Yesterday, Trump fired at Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell again. He slammed the table and shouted that it was time to cut interest rates, saying that Powell complained about non-existent inflation like a baby, and also brought out the research of the White House Council of Economic Advisors, CEA, saying that import prices were falling and tariffs did not raise prices at all. He also asked Congress to investigate Powell, which was obviously putting heavy pressure on the Federal Reserve, but the market didn't buy it. CME interest rate futures data showed that at the interest rate meeting on July 31st, 95.7% of people believed that the interest rate would remain at 4.25% to 4.50%. And only 4.3% dared to bet on a rate cut to 4.00% to 4.25%. By September 18th, it was even more lively. 61% of traders believed that the Fed might cut interest rates slightly, but 36.4% insisted on keeping their hands off the table, and only 2.7% dared to bet on a more aggressive rate cut. The most interesting thing is that although there are a few more people who want a rate cut than last week, there are also many voices saying, wait a little longer. This shows that Trump's quick rate cut theory is completely inconsistent with the Fed's high interest rates have to be maintained for a while. Investors are now staring at the core CPI and non-farm data in July and August. If the data is not strong, Trump may not be able to get a rate cut even if he shouts at the top of his lungs. As of July this year, the US national debt has soared to $36.58 trillion, a record high. The higher the debt piles up, the more the US dollar cannot bear it. DXY. It has fallen below the 200-day moving average with a deviation of 6.5 points, which is the worst since 2004. Historically, once the dollar weakens, investors tend to move money, reduce dollar exposure, and turn to gold, Bitcoin, and other safe havens. Especially for Bitcoin, a weak dollar often means that market liquidity is warming up and people are more willing to take risks, which is a big positive for it. It is even more obvious when you look at the picture, DXY. The weak period often overlaps with the medium and long-term rise of Bitcoin, just like a negatively correlated Siamese twin. This is not a coincidence, but because once the credit of US debt declines, global funds want to find a new safe haven. Now the weakness of the US dollar has become a reality, but the market of Bitcoin does not seem to have completely caught up with the rhythm. According to historical laws, this time is often the prelude to the next big market. Investors should keep a close eye on it. Once the price of Bitcoin stabilizes and then breaks through in large volume, they may be able to catch a ride. Today, the South Korean government has sent good news to the crypto community. The National Tax Service said that if Korean residents take virtual assets from overseas labor from foreign companies, they must declare comprehensive income tax, indicating that crypto assets are officially included in the supervision. In addition, the Ministry of Small and Medium Enterprises and Entrepreneurship also intends to amend the law to list crypto exchanges and brokerage companies as risk enterprises, which can receive government subsidies and tax benefits, which is very beneficial to Web3 companies. CryptoQuant data shows that on July 8th, the Korean Premium Index fell to -1.07, a 2-month low, indicating that Bitcoin is approaching at $110,000, local investors were still in a cold mood. Since May, although the price of the currency has fluctuated upward, the premium index has continued to decline, reflecting the lack of confidence and slight retreat of retail investors. Don't forget that the Korean Premium Index is a well-known FOMO indicator in the Asian market. Usually, as long as it turns positive, it means that everyone is rushing in to chase high prices. It is still in the negative range now, which means that the market has no confidence in short-term gains. Even if the South Korean government desperately releases favorable policies, there is still no large-scale return of funds. Next, it depends on whether the local trading volume can climb up and whether the policy can be implemented quickly. Otherwise, the market will have to wait for a warming. Please like and follow us to sort out the latest developments in the currency circle, chain circle, and mining circle within 24 hours. Click the small bell to join the channel and become a member. You can receive the Member Wealth password from Monday to Friday. Since the beginning of this year, the global stablecoin legislation has accelerated significantly. The United States has successively proposed the Genius Act, the Stable Act, and the Clarity Act. The European Union has introduced the MiCA regulation. Hong Kong, Japan, Singapore, and other places have also successively issued regulatory plans. All countries hope to be the first to formulate rules, both to prevent risks and to occupy a place in the new financial landscape. Trump has been actively supporting the U.S. stablecoin legislation, repeatedly calling the Genius Act pure genius and urging Congress to send the bill to him for signature as soon as possible. Recently, the U.S. Senate Banking Committee plans to hold a hearing on From Wall Street to Web3, Building the Future Digital Asset Market in Washington, and Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has confirmed his attendance.
Metaplanet CEO Simon Golovich said that future acquisition targets must be highly consistent with the company's strategy and plans to create digital banking services that are superior to traditional retail banks. In terms of financing, he ruled out issuing convertible bonds, but did not rule out issuing preferred shares. He believes that reasonable capital operations can help the company advance its Bitcoin strategy and form a differentiated advantage in the field of digital banking.
For those of you who don't, so the Genius Act is the name of the stablecoin bill moving through the United States House. It has passed the House and now is in the Senate. I think is likely to pass, but that is focused on stable coins, particularly not what we call market structure, which is I think also very important for the U.S., which that provides the clarity on what's a security, what's a commodity, what's a currency, those things.
Speaking of Ripple, it has done a lot of great things. It donated $5 million to the inaugural fund of U.S. President Trump. XRP Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse also attended the White House Cryptocurrency Summit in March this year. Although he always smiles, he has always been a man of action and has long been saying that the United States must figure out how to regulate digital assets. This was his first time to officially testify in front of American lawmakers. You know, Ripple's previous lawsuit with the US SEC really made people in the cryptocurrency circle panic. XRP. Whether it is considered a security or not, this matter has made everyone nervous, fearing that some new regulatory issues will pop up. This time, Brad Garlinghouse personally stepped in, which might really bring about a turnaround and might directly affect the direction of the US and even the entire global digital asset market. Binance Smart Chain BSC. It runs faster than Ethereum and has a lower handling fee. It is the white moonlight in the hearts of people working in the cryptocurrency circle. Since Zhao Changpeng personally called out Mubarak, funds have been pouring in like a floodgate. A bunch of projects, dApps, meme coins, DeFi, and NFTs are all rushing into BSC, especially those golden dog coins, which are dancing on it every day. In the past 30 days, the total transaction volume on BSC reached $172.4 billion, far exceeding Solana and Ethereum. Recently, BSC launched a new meme coin called W Wolf of Wall Street. The total supply of W is 1.2 billion, and the current circulation accounts for 12.5%. It is inspired by the legendary financial figures of Wall Street. It uses the narrative of saying, financial wolf, as a selling point, mixes the excitement of currency speculation with the capital routine of Wall Street, and creates a very fanatical and exciting atmosphere. In the recent BSC chain craze, W quickly became popular with the help of the topic and became the object of pursuit by short-term investors.
Explanation. According to the latest data from the official website of 4.meme, the current market value of W tokens is approximately $40.95 million US, ranking 10th in the market value ranking. In the past 24 hours, the transaction volume of W tokens was approximately $12.09 million US, ranking 9th among similar tokens. BitGet on-chain has launched W tokens and is holding the 17th on-chain trading competition. The event will be held from 7 p.m. on July 7th to 11th. As long as users trade W tokens, they will have the opportunity to share 25,000 BGB. New users who rank in the top 500 in terms of transaction volume will receive 10 BGB, and old users who rank in the top 1,000 will receive 20 BGB. The rewards will be distributed within 5 working days after the end of the event.
Don't underestimate the Wolf of Wall Street W. It is not a meme coin that just takes advantage of the popularity. It has both capital recognition and trading popularity support. It is a well-planned and precisely operated crypto drama. The project relies entirely on the community to have fun together. It not only makes everyone have fun, but also uses various benefits to stick to people and even wants to establish a brand of ruthless trading. Now, meme coins are upgrading to 3.0, and W tokens have also put out 3 ruthless moves. They are not satisfied with being an emoticon package, but want to upgrade to a cultural IP and create their own financial subculture in the currency circle. They don't want to be just for speculation, but want to become a token that can really be used in on-chain transactions and have some real uses. They don't want to just join in the fun, but want to upgrade to a large ecosystem that can support the economic system, build a moat with a lockup mechanism, and mix more steadily in the currency circle. But to be honest, meme coins are like this. When the market is good, they rise rapidly. Once the popularity is gone, they can fall directly to the floor. So, if you want to play with W coins, you can. But don't treat it as a pension insurance. Remember, this coin is a wolf pack game. Running fast is the king. If you run slowly, you may get bitten.
Hoarding coins, raising funds, buying banks. Can Metaplanet subvert Japan's banking industry with Bitcoin? SpaceX and OpenAI were both caught in the crossfire of the RWA trend. Is Robinhood a leader or a landmine layer?
As early as 2024, in 2017, Metaplanet, a Japanese-listed company, set its sights on Bitcoin, using it as a secret weapon to fight inflation. Just on Monday, it spent another $237 million to buy 2,204 Bitcoins. Now they have 15,555 Bitcoins, but they still think it is not enough. They plan to increase their holdings to more than 210,000 Bitcoins by 2027. Recently, Metaplanet announced that their Bitcoin strategy has entered the second phase and plans to play a bigger game. They want to use their Bitcoins as collateral for mortgage loans to raise money and even plan to acquire a digital bank in Japan. Simply put, because they have more and more Bitcoins, they are more and more confident. This routine is actually similar to borrowing money with securities or government bonds, except that this time the protagonist has changed to Bitcoin.
And laid out a very clear path going forward. We would utilize all the capital market tools available to acquire Bitcoin. We also adopted BTC yield as our core KPI, as our ultimate measure of success, an immutable scorecard by which management, directors, and stakeholders can measure success of the strategy.
According to our BSC on-chain data, SpaceX and OpenAI, the original tokens of, were all created by the same address. Afterwards, the liquidity pool was closed, and hundreds of thousands of dollars of funds were liquidated and sold through Circle Mint transfer out, and then the contract upgrade, the value of the user's token was cleared. What is more questionable is that Robinhood, then marked as Robinhood, deployer, the new address is recast with the same name and quantity, SpaceX and OpenAI tokens, further causing confusion and distrust.
Metaplanet's operation has really brought new ideas to Bitcoin. Think about it. A company that used to run hotels has directly transformed into a major Bitcoin hoarder and now wants to use these digital gold to acquire digital banks. It is really bold and daring. Although it is not common to use cryptocurrencies as collateral for mortgage loans in traditional banks, this trend has actually quietly started. In April this year, Standard Chartered Bank and HKEX conducted a pilot project that allowed institutions to use cryptocurrencies and tokenized money market funds as collateral. Metaplanet's move may really stir up the entire competitive landscape of digital banks and make the future financial circle more exciting. Last week, another big news broke out in the cryptocurrency circle. Robinhood run to Ethereum Arbitrum. There are two equity tokens called SpaceX, and OpenAI, and they are still Uniswap opened the pool for everyone to use ETH or USDC transactions. As a result, without any announcement, these two tokens were suddenly renamed Demo Token 1 and Demo Token 2. The contract was then upgraded, and finally all were destroyed. Those who bought the tokens were dumbfounded and had to bear the losses themselves. This wave of operations triggered rumors of running away, and even the Central Bank of Lithuania could not sit still and came out to investigate. What is Robinhood? Is this a test or a trap? This incident also once again shows how dangerous the regulatory gray area of tokenized financial products is.
According to our BSC on-chain data, SpaceX and OpenAI, the original tokens of, were all created by the same address. Afterwards, the liquidity pool was closed, and hundreds of thousands of dollars of funds were liquidated and sold through Circle Mint transfer out, and then the contract upgrade, the value of the user's token was cleared. What is more questionable is that Robinhood, then marked as Robinhood, deployer, the new address is recast with the same name and quantity, SpaceX and OpenAI tokens, further causing confusion and distrust.
This is really confusing. If this is really just a test, why do we always get SpaceX OpenAI? They named the token after a real brand and let users invest real money in it. What's even more outrageous is that after the incident, not only was there no announcement, but also no compensation was given to users. Whether it was an operational error or some other plot, Robinhood has not given an explanation so far, nor has it said how it plans to deal with users' money. Some people have already said that they may take this matter to the US and EU regulators in the future. Especially now, RWA real-world assets are extremely popular, and on-chain stocks were originally a new thing that everyone was looking forward to. Robinhood, as a world-renowned brokerage firm, it was involved in this token storm, which cast a shadow on the entire market. It can only be said that this incident once again reminds everyone, no matter how big the brand is, every investment on the chain must be made with caution. After all, high returns always hide high risks.
Tesla and SpaceX CEO Elon Musk made it clear on the social platform X that they support 100% prosecution of the powerful elites involved in the Epstein case. According to Decrypt, New Zealand has completely banned cryptocurrency ATMs and set a limit of $5,000 on international cash transfers to combat money laundering and criminal financing. United States, the SEC is considering establishing a new framework to speed up the approval process and is expected to release a draft this month. Multiple crypto spot ETFs are expected to be approved one after another. According to Chain Monitoring, a whale unstaked and recharged 66,330 SOL to Binance 12 hours ago, worth approximately US $9.94 million. The U.S. Department of Justice announced that the founder of the international fraud project Omega Pro was formally indicted for allegedly carrying out a global foreign exchange and cryptocurrency investment Fraud with a scale of 650 million US dollars.
Okay, the above is the main content of today's program. Our channel focuses on valuable news in the currency circle, chain circle, and mining circle. There are news information and in-depth special reports. If you think our channel is valuable, you are welcome to forward and follow it. You can also become our member and receive the member wealth code from Monday to Friday. Let us become rich together and add a zero to our assets in the bull market. See you tomorrow.